Good morning. You're watching FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. We're at Surfaces 2023, and I'm in the Mannington space, and I'm with Mark Clayton, Zehner and Terry Marchetta. We'll get to each one of you in just a minute, but I want to just real quick tell the listeners about Mannington. Most people know this is a family-owned business. It's 107 years old, and my guess, but around $1 billion in revenue. And so they're in all surface types in the residential business. Let's start with you, Mark. Talk about the carpet side of the business. Mannington bought Phenix about 2 years ago, is that right?
Mm-hmm. It's been 3 years ago, actually, right before the pandemic started.
Okay, and you've had to go through a tough transition last year as Stainmaster exited the business, and you've handled that well. Tell us a little bit about direction where the carpet business is headed.
Yeah, so, first of all, as I said, we became part of Mannington 3 years ago. Interestingly enough, the month after we closed the deal, the pandemic started. So we've had 3 years of challenges in which we've been focused on integrating the businesses, but we've dealt with that issue. We've dealt with supply chain issues. To your point, we dealt with the loss of Invista as a supply source, and all that entailed. This year we've implemented a new operating platform to get on the same system as Mannington. But through all that, it's been a really positive experience. The businesses are now fully integrated in certain areas of the country, and we've been able to really leverage the resources that Mannington has already had in place. We've now integrated sales, marketing, product functions, and it's made Phenix a much better company for the future. So I'm really excited about where the business is going.
Well, I'm looking at the product. We'll get to that in just a minute, but you got a product over there that's got the contrast and the texture. I mean, you're staying on top of the game, right?
Yeah, and that's to that point, we've brought Terry into the Phenix side of the business, and she's now got styling leadership over all areas of the company, and her influence is really showing up this year with the work we've done there. Her and Audrey have done a phenomenal job in the carpet area.
Before we leave and go over to Zach and talk about the business, I just wanted to say you're the man of the hour today. We ran a release on you today, and you're retiring from the business, right? We're sad to see you go.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm retiring the end of the first quarter. I'm really excited about it. I know my wife's excited about it, and so it's been a tremendous career. A lot of great friends in the industry, a lot of great mentors, and just blessed to be able to do this.
Well, you've done a wonderful job to run through it. I mean, it was Beaulieu, and then it was J&J, and a little Milliken, and then over here, and you've been here for a while to leave your mark, right?
Yeah, 11 years. Yeah, it's been a great run, and I'm very blessed to have been able to spend time in the industry.
Okay. All right. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate all your support.
Definitely. Too. Zach, let's move to the business side of it. Tell us how business was last year and what you're focused on.
Yeah. Good morning, Kemp. Always good to be with you. We saw, as everyone else felt, that the business slowed down at the end of 2022. And you read the industry reports and the forecast for the economy at large, and the housing market's going to be tough for elements of 2023. But we think ultimately the fundamentals are going to remain strong. We will see less mobility in home ownership, fewer existing home sales, particularly in the first half of the year as interest rates are higher. New construction is going to slow a little bit. But we think that there's going to be fundamentally really strong remodel activity. Looking at the age of the housing stock in the United States, over half the homes are 40 years plus. And so people are going to be looking at remodeling their homes. And it really has driven our business planning for 2023. We are not pulling back in any way. We are remaining extremely aggressive. We're very excited about the year. And there's really three areas where we're focusing heavy investment. One is product leadership. Kemp, we've always focused on product and driving differentiation to the marketplace. We have not been a commodity supplier. We want to partner with the independent retailer and give them differentiation and meaningful innovation that the consumer can really see so that they can be profitable, close the sale. And that's a major focus for us this year, both in the Mannington hard surface, but also the Phenix soft surface. So we have a couple of new innovations that we're driving out. Like I said, meaningful innovations that are very, very visual and very obvious to the consumer. Terry's going to walk you through those in more detail, but one is right behind us. We've really been focused on the evolution of bevel technology and floating LVT, and we have an extension of a crafted bevel technology that we rolled out last year that was really well received. We're bringing that over to tile visuals. We're also driving in new introductions to all of our categories and expanding our price points. So a big, big product investment. And number two, we're focused on presentation excellence. We know that we have to keep investing in our brand, the presentation of our brand, both digitally and at the point of sale, and tie those two together. So we've, over the last year, been working hard at a rebranding of Mannington Residential and are rolling that out right now. We're rolling it out at the show, have been rolling it out through trade show season, and as well as a new website. So we've been focused on that millennial consumer, driving a brand that millennial consumer can respond to. At the end of the day, they're over 50% of the flooring purchases now. An important stakeholder, an important customer group that we're focused on. And then our website, the feedback we got from the consumer was that it's hard to pick a floor. It's hard to navigate. There's so many choices. So we really wanted to make our website an easy journey, an easier journey to include more tools to visualize what our floors can look like in their homes, and then hand in hand drive that consumer to our key retail partners. So we have more prevalent presence of store locators in our website, and we're really excited how that turned out. So we're rolling that out right now. And then I'd say number three, and a big area of investment, and this ties to some of the things that Mark touched on. We've been hard at work integrating Phenix over the last several years. Last summer, we implemented a new operating system with Phenix, brought them into the same operating system that we run, which is important for us, really top to bottom, to really integrate that business. And now we're going back and looking at all those customer touch points. Every single place where we do business and touch our retail partners and our distributor partners, and looking at those processes, mapping out those processes, investing in those processes to be easier to do business with. So we're excited about 2023. We're not pulling back in any way. It's a year of heavy investment.
So Zach, you're the president of the residential business, but you're also the fifth generation Campbell family member. Isn't it great to be able to take the long run and invest in a time when we know there's going to be a little bit of a shrinkage on demand for a while?
Yeah, that's been a little bit of our secret sauce. We talk about our secret sauce, investing in a great team, but also investing for the long haul. That's what we're about. We're going to continue to do that. It's paid off for 107 years, so we're committed to that.
Great. Terry, why don't you give us a little bit of update on what specifically is going on with product, if you would.
We got a lot going on this season. As you can see around the booth, we have a lot of product on the floor. So we're figuring out that this season, because of a lot of the uncertainty that's happening, consumers are just kind of reflecting back, and they want to gravitate towards nature. So they're trying to bring raw organic materials in the home to create a sense of calmness, as well as looking back to the past by reusing shapes, colors, and styles that were once familiar and bring a sense of contentment. So as you look around the booth, you're going to find not only that these products hit all these trends, but they've been elevated with meaningful innovation and technology that really add to the realism. For instance, in our restoration collection, we're featuring digital print again. Consumers just love digital print because it allows us to give them the variety and variation that they expect from a product, right? So we're launching two products. One is called Heirloom, which is European white oak. There's a deep embossing. And then we have Harmony. It's Japanese maple. And it's just beautiful. It's very simple. It's understated. Both of these feature our true detail technology. So that means we're giving the consumer 20 completely different planks to really showcase the visual. In our wood category, we are adding to our Maison collection with a product called Chateau. This has our new raw finish. Consumers like these raw finishes because it's a great way to connect them with the outdoors, So with this finish combined with a hand scraped, it gives a very natural look, but with an artisan kind of flair. And in our Dora section, our LVT section, our focus has been on bevels. So you see the evolution. We're adding 2 new products to our Dora section. One is Coventry, which is an authentic look of maple, and Preservation is a hickory. They both come in a 7 by 48 inch plank format. They both feature the crafted edge that give this kind of more of a relaxed, informal feel. And then in the Dora, we're moving the bevels into that category as well with Dwell, European white oak, 8 by 72 inch plank formats. It has a V2, which is another technology allowing us to create double the amount of copy, providing the consumer double the amount of planks, right? So they get the variety and the variation. We've applied an in-registered emboss to give it this realism and a newly enhanced crafted edge that really sets this product apart. And finally, the one where everyone's talking about is Rapolano. This is it takes on the authentic look of a travertine. It's an exceptional stone. It's an 18 by 36 inch tile format. We've also applied the V2 to this, so you get double the amount of tiles to really showcase the beautiful minerals that kind of dance across the floor, adding color and variation. We've applied a glow gloss and our new tumbled edge technology, which is really spectacular. Coming from a porcelain background, I like the idea of a painted bevel on our tiles, because to me it simulates the look of a sanded grout. But what I don't like is that when you put a painted bevel on a tile, everything looks rectified. It looks modern, right? With products today that are leaning more towards the traditional side, we needed something that had more of a relaxed edge. So we combine the painted bevel with a hand-chiseled edge to really elevate the look and give it a more traditional feel. So that's what we're doing with Rapolano. So as you look around, the hard surface part, you see we're hitting the trends, we have the right colors, we have the right details to really elevate the looks.
So how many new children do you have on the hard surface side?
We have a ton of product, right? But as you know, I had gotten promoted a year ago, and Zach had put me over the Phenix carpet as well. So that was a bit challenging this season because I'm so new. I really wanted to do a deep dive to understand, what's really working, in the category. Where should our focus lie? So I took the techniques or the process that I used for hard surface and I implemented it on soft surfaces. So we went back and we researched the trends, we looked at competitive research, we did financial analysis, and we found that there was a few areas that really needed our focus on, and one really was color. Following what was happening with the trends, we needed to move these palettes away from these kind of dark gray and brown infused colors to ones that were light, bright, connect the consumer to the outdoors and giving her more of a palette that was neutral and nature inspired. So within the Phoenix area, you're going to find new whites, yellow beiges, Mediterranean inspired peaches and terracottas, as well as a whole plethora of greens and blues that have been elevated through blends. The other area where we focused was we needed some basic geometrics. They really didn't have a lot. So throughout the booth, you're going to find that in both nylon and polyester, we added Berber types. We wanted to combine texture with heathered blends to simulate the look of natural fiber, which is super trendy right now. We also focused our efforts on creating small geometrics and non-directional patterns that were balanced, right? That kind of fit with the trends that they're seeing, but the consumer can easily transition with these patterns as well. So there's only a few I want to highlight. One is called Boucle. We're launching this in our polyester area. It's a textural all-loop pattern that combines heathered blends. So the idea is to combine texture with color to give the simulation of a natural fiber. It's very plush, and it comes in 9 colorations that really hit the trends that we're seeing today. In addition to that, we are launching a product called reflection. This is it's a cut and loom pattern that is non-directional, right? It's very beautiful. If you look at the pattern, it kind of fades in and out, giving a relaxed, calming sensation. We're offering this in 10 colors that are grounded by neutrals, but we've added some of these clean colorations that are trendy right now. In addition to that, we are seeing the trends lead towards the traditional side. So we wanted to add a pattern that was more classic in its visual. We have a product called Allure, which is a basic diamond. You know, what's old is new again, but the way we translate it, we modernized it through color. So again, light, bright, clean colors that can transition a lot of these looks that people are using in bedrooms. And finally, in our nylon section, we're adding two. One is called Cardigan, another Berber type, super plush, super beautiful, all loop. It blends texture with blended color, but we've accented with a metallic yarn. So it gives it a little bit of interest. When light hits the surface, there's glints, shimmers, and it's perfect for, you know, all those consumers that want to coordinate with accessories and metal accents. And finally, we have Impression. This is our color point pattern. Super beautiful. It has a millennial vibe to it. It's modern. We're combining a solid with color in a cut and loop pattern. It's a deconstructed herringbone. It kind of fades in and out, so it's very casual and can be used in a lot of settings. So that's what we have for carpet. So as you can see, we worked really hard. There's one thing that I do want to mention, because now that I'm over, you know, both hard and soft, we're now implementing the same synergies so that we can take what we learned from hard surface, apply it to soft, and vice versa. So as you look around the booth, you're also going to find that almost all of our products coordinate together, right? So it's just happy to see this. We're happy that now we're able to give the consumer, you know, the ability to transition hard and soft surface under the Mannington brand, right? So it's really exciting.
You got a whole new category to play with, right?
Yes. It was a challenge, but on both the hard surface and soft surface, I have great backup. I got wonderful teams. They know what they're doing. They're talented, and they have a lot of experience.
Great. It's good to talk to you guys. Again, been talking to Terry Marchetta and to Zehner here in the Mannington space, and you've been watching Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.